So what's up, YouTube? I had wanted to give you kind of an update. Granted, a lot of the things that I've done here recently have been kind of non-trap-like, but so I'm back to being smaller now. I did jump up to 2.76 KT in power, and that was basically because I was messing around with being an alternate rally lead for my alliance. And so after KVK, which was yesterday, I found out that I'm really not that good at leading rallies. I've been doing fine in my own kingdom, but when it is not my kingdom, apparently I get capped, 3 out of 4 rallies that I sent. So, it was an experiment. It was fun, and I can still lead in my own kingdom, and it's not like I can't do that. But what I'm good at is being a trap. So, like mid KVK, I dismissed like 40 trillion troops. I know that is crazy, but that was always my plan. I know maybe I had said something in a video or not, but at least in my alliance, I know I was talking about it. So, yeah, my plan was to build up, be a rally lead for this KVK, and come to find out there was like 6 other people that were leading rallies, and it was basically we needed fillers, not rally leads, whereas most of the time we need another rally lead and we have too many fillers. So it worked out. Anyways, so I've downsized. I'm not as small as I want to be yet, but I can tell you that at this size I had no problem capping. I had a little bit of a fumble at first because I had concentrated a lot on my attack gear and not a whole lot on my defense gear because I was, leading rallies. And I was 2.76 thousand trillion power. So, even heroelessly, I could eat a rally, no problem. But once I downsized to 125 trillion, I was burning, and part of that is because they were running 5 million attack boosts, which is just crazy. I mean, it's getting tougher to be quite honest, because there are some traps out there that at like 15, 20 trillion power were eating fully boosted rallies, and my hat's off to those guys. I mean, they're better than I am, and they've also had time to test and whatnot, but hopefully I'm there within the next couple days or week. But so yeah, I mean, this is basically where I'm at now. I have all T5 except for, and I'll show you here, I have T4 Siege, right? But what that does for me, and what I didn't really expect, because, okay, so like, when I dismissed all my T4, and that's basically how I did it, because I have so many T5 already. Let me go ahead and show you. I have 2.59 trillion troops. The largest majority is right here, the T5s. Okay, and then I also have 1.2 trillion Siege T4, and I have, let's come down here, I have 1.1 trillion Siege T4 strategic, and then I do believe I have the same thing. Okay, no, only 30 million wild Siege. What that's done for me is it allows me to eat the traps that they send, the mobile traps. And I'd heard some people talking about it, but honestly, the only reason why I had the Siege left is because I dismissed all the T4 troops and forgot that I had Siege. But it's worked brilliantly, and I don't know why yet. I think it's because it just completely nullifies the mobile traps. I'm not really sure yet, but if you look, I also am using T4 traps. So what I think is happening, and now I don't know this, okay? I have burning rocks, but that's just kind of a leftover from leading rallies. I was using Greek Fire and Greek Fire and Burning Rocks as my mobile traps. A 75-25 split. T3 was 75%, T4 was 25%. But I was using that with cavalry troops so that it takes away cavalry anti-defense or anti-cavalry defense. So yeah, that gets into attack. Anyways, I'm using T4 traps on top of my my siege T4, and it's really working out. And I don't really understand fully how it's working. Like I said, it was kind of a mistake. If I was concentrating more, I would have just gone ahead and dismissed my T4 siege as well. I really didn't realize I'd left him over. So it was kind of an accident that I stumbled upon this. But let me see. I may have starred. I'm not 100%. No, I didn't. Okay. So let me see if I can swing through this. But so what it looks like is, yeah, the siege is engaging the traps, and the traps are engaging the troops. And I did very well once I got my gear dialed in. Now, when I first jumped back to defense gear, I had the regular Ultimate Divine gems, and I had regular runes in my gear, which I thought it was already taken care of. But now that I have the Ultimate Divine runes, I think they're Ultimate Divine. They might, let me go back and double check that as well. But, let's see, yeah, this is the last one I did. My last rally of the night. This would be good enough. But it'll show you what engaged and what not. So, okay, so he hit me with a full march. That's cool. I was running defense and attack debuff. I think my attack debuff was a 500k. My defense was the 5k. Just so you know, he attacked with completely full march, and the only thing destroyed was traps. Okay, that's amazing. Like, I really haven't put a lot of faith in traps, wall traps, but now that we can have 85 million wall traps, they have a whole lot more possibility as far as your setup goes and how much you can utilize and depend on traps. And with 85 million, you can actually have enough traps in your wall that you can take a couple rallies before it eats up all your wall traps. I actually did not expect only 1,000 to be damaged. I expected it to be probably somewhere in like the million each hit. Excuse me. But so yeah, I mean that's phenomenal, right? 6.6K versus 4.04 billion. And our KVK, I don't know about you guys if you even had one. I don't really know how that works in other kingdoms, but our point structure was different this time, and it was back to being skewed towards defense. And I think they did that because when you're attacking and you actually burn somebody, even if they're running T2, if you kill 6 billion T2, you get way more points than they get by eating your march. I don't know. I mean, I was really surprised actually because excuse me, here recently the points have been skewed towards attack, and with everything else being skewed towards attack, I was really surprised that that it really was more defense-based point possibility, especially when you don't burn, when you cap. If you're burning, control burning, it's very hard to control burn right now because T4, T5 traps, T4, T5 trap setups. I don't want to confuse you. If you burn, it's really hard. You got to get I haven't even done the math, but it's a very small number of T4 that can burn before you're point negative. Now with like T1 and T2, you could control burn all day long and be okay. Now what I might do also is increase my troop total and go back into you know, like a T2 setup. I'm not really sure yet. I gotta talk to some of the traps. Like I say, I've been out of it. I've been really trying to concentrate on attack and rally, lead, and trying to learn as much as I can there. So I've been kind of out of the trap game, which is why I haven't put out many videos on trapping. My apologies. I just wanted to kind of try something new, especially because the game is skewing so much towards attack. I figured, well, if the game's going to change like that, why don't I change with the game? But it isn't that way. I mean, I saw more traps be successful this KVK than I've ever seen before. And that was super cool, and I want to give everybody who was out there and capping a huge round of applause, man, because excuse me. The KVK prior to this, we were burning everything. I mean, I don't think my rally lead got capped at all last KVK. This time, we were basically rotating leads. As somebody would get capped, you know, we'd hit 2 or 3 people, burn them, and then somebody would cap us, and then hit 2 or 3 people, and then get capped again. Some guys were getting capped every single time, and, you know, they were talking about quitting the game and all this, you know. So, honestly, the more attackers we can get to quit the game, the less skewed it will probably be towards attack. Or MZ comes out with even more ridiculous boosts. I don't know if you guys saw the new cores that came out. I'm worried about them, to be quite honest, because they pack enormous punches. I think it was like 39 million. Somebody just attack me? Oh no, okay. Daily Bonus Club. Man, that screwed up my whole train of thought. But so the new cores are like 39 million attack, and like I think it's 12,000 defense debuff. That's crazy high, and that worries me. Of course, with defense debuff, you can always use daggers. Or kunai, whatever. Okay, so I'm on to almost 13-minute video. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a look at what I'm getting started doing again. I'm getting back into trapping, so no worries. The channel will continue, and stay tuned because I'll probably be putting out a whole bunch of videos here, trying to catch you guys up on where I'm at and what my plans are. So thanks for watching, and subscribe and comment and all that. Thanks.